Good morning, everybody. Hello. Sorry that took me a minute to get on here. My cameras decided they needed a firmware update, and I have learned my lesson that I better do that before I go on or else I'll have issues. So, good morning. I hope you all had a fabulous weekend. I always have so much planned in my mind and only get so much done here. So I cut out this Traveler's Trifecta bag yesterday, and I was gonna like practice it and then do a pre-recorded, but I'm just so excited, and I just thought I would get on here and just do it live. Just a second. I think I have a picture. Well, yeah, this is like the overview. It doesn't give out any measurements or anything, so this is good. So this is what we're sewing. The second this one came out, I thought this is such a cool bag, especially because I do travel a lot, and it's going to be travel season coming up here for retreats and teaching and all that kind of good stuff and vacations. I thought, how cool would this be if I could make one of these up? So it comes in 3 different sizes, small, medium, large. I'm going to attempt the medium today. The only thing that might give me fits and troubles is it's a lot of zippers and binding. So basically these two, it's got 3 compartments. It's got a center compartment and 2 outside compartments. And these outside compartments, you are binding around them. My experience with binding around zippers is sometimes your binding can get caught in the zipper. So we're gonna figure this out. I'm hoping with fold over elastic, we should be good on that. We'll see how this goes. I have my cylinder arm all booted up and ready to go because it might be an easier sew on my cylinder arm. I don't know. It looks like a Tumi. Yeah, it does. There are bags in the stores that look like this. Super cute. So how awesome would that be if we could make one? Even better, right? You can do it. Thank you. I feel a little rusty. I've taken some time on the back side of things of my business, so not a lot of camera sewing recently because I've got a lot of events coming up. So I'm hoping to do more sewing this week. And I have a lot of things in the works. So I need to make 2 Annabelle bags. I need to make a Siah sidekick for the retreat example. And then I have like 2 or 3 other brand new patterns that are coming out that I want to sew up. So I've got a lot I want to do. So we'll see if I get to it. Hi, Robert. You were eyeing this pattern when it came out? Yeah. Okay. Well, you'll get to see me make it before, hopefully. So this designer has another bag. That's a travel bag. I know that Jess from Okla Roots did a tutorial on it. I forget what it's called, but it's that one that like folds down and hangs on your door. I failed miserably at that bag. It kicked my butt. So I'm hoping this doesn't kick my butt. I've looked over the instructions. I've kind of pre-read everything. And I'm pretty sure I understand how to do this. So you guys, yes, the Travelnizer. That one kicked my butt, Jennifer. Couldn't do it. It went to the corner of my closet because I got so frustrated with it. So hopefully that doesn't happen with this one. And we can do this. All right, are we ready? I have it all sitting here. We'll just talk about the pieces as I go. And I'll show you what's what. It's not crazy confusing because cutting out, it was pretty self-explanatory. You just need to know whether you're doing the small, medium, or large. It's got lots of zippers and lots of binding. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself with the binding. I'm going to try and give myself a little grace on that. This is my first time around. So can you use zipper tabs and cut 1 inch shorter instead of sewing in the binding? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Stacy. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay, here we go. We're gonna put the camera up and we're gonna get started on this sucker. And we're gonna do this, right? We've got this. All right, let me just situate so you're a little closer here. Kids are finally back at school, you guys. We have been on spring break. So I have had kids home all week. Yeah, so my house is finally quiet for 2 seconds, which was also another reason it was super hard to get anything done YouTube-wise last week because I had kids home and I wanted to do fun stuff with them. I didn't want to have to work. So there is that. I'm just cutting some centers real quick. And we are going to do this. Okay. I'm reading some comments here. Okay, this is the, oh gosh, what's this called? The trifecta. The Traveler's Trifecta. Size medium. All right, so my first piece is one of my linings. Okay, you have 7 linings total. 7 lining pieces total. 7. Okay, so make sure you cut out 7 total. And then for this is going to be a zipper pocket. So she gives you the measurements and you're just cutting this right here, okay? You're just going to cut it. And then I have my zipper. I did the tabs on it already. I didn't do tabs on the back. I think it's silly to put tabs behind because you don't see them, guys. You don't open that pocket and look on the other side. So I rarely put tabs on the back side of bags like this, but you are more than welcome to. All right, so I'm just going to piece this piece together. There is nothing behind it yet because we are sandwiching another lining piece behind it, and then the back of that lining piece is going to be the inside of our zipper pocket. All right, so we're basically just doing the outside around this zipper. That's it. So I'm going to use some tape. And we are going to just tape this and we're going to sew it at a full seam allowance and top stitch, okay? So we're just going to make all of our little, there's like, I think 7 lining pieces that we have to make first, right? So we're just going to do those first. And then we do our gusset zipper pieces and then we put it all together with the binding. So here we go. Chris Ann finally did it, purchased an industrial machine and loving it. That's really awesome. Congrats. Hi, Sue from the UK. Hi, Dawn. Tammy. Okay. Here we go. So I've marked my centers just to make sure I've got it nice. You probably will have a little extra overhang of tabs. So you're just going to trim those off even. Okay, I'm going to sew that on my full seam allowance. I'm making sure that my zipper is to the left when it's closed. And the seam allowance is one that you don't need to change to a zipper foot. Hallelujah. You know I love that. Hi, Jaded. Is camera angle okay for everybody? You guys let me know. All right, and then I'm just going to flip that down and top stitch. Right? Yes. Yes, ma'am. I don't have, oh, this is not winding. Just a second. I thought I had set up my bobbin to wind. Let me do that real quick because I know I'm not starting with a full bobbin. So, There we go. For those of you who don't know too, the chain extenders on my website are now in stock. Every color except rose gold. They've left it out for some reason. And we have new little magnets, you guys. Isn't that funny? How embarrassing. These are on the website now. And then I have a turn and burn. And on my other machine, I have one that says hold your threads on my cylinder arm. So those are on the website if you guys are curious. Can anyone suggest a beginner crossbody bag? Beginner crossbody. Something simple. My mind is drawing blanks. Something like an oxbow tote, maybe, I would say. Oh, sunshine crossbody. I'm curious, where does the saying turn and burn come from? From Susan, of course, being silly. When she started sewing with me and I was like, it's time to turn out our bags, she started saying turn and burn. And now it's a thing. All right, and then I'm going to flip that one up and we will top stitch as well. And if this piece ends up a little bigger than we're wanting, we can just trim it down. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a little bit. All right, so that's all you do for this zipper piece because, again, you're putting it butted up with a lining piece behind it. And so the layers of this and the other lining piece are going to be the inside of the pocket. All right, so I'm going to put that aside. Hello, hello. Love your vinyl, Siah. Thank you. You're going to need to add, I'm going to need a hot second. I say that all the time too. I'm going to need a hot second. I say that to my kids a lot. All right, next step, we want to do our, it says it's our divider pocket, which I'm thinking, so there's one, wrong side, right side, wrong side. Okay, here we go. We're going to do this a few times on that one and that one. Sorry, I'm just reading. You know, I'm not understanding if she has this double-sided or not. It said to cut out two. That one's mesh. Trim access. 1, 2. I think I'm just going to use one piece. I don't think it needs two pieces. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Sorry. And then I'm going to use a different color on the top of that, actually. You know, there's a couple ways you could do this slip pocket, actually, without the little binding on top. I'm just going to sew these two together. Because why not? I'm going to sew these two together. Yeah. All right. Instead of adding the binding on the top of it. Right, how is this? Yep, okay. So this is just making a slip pocket on one of the linings. And instead of putting binding or some kind of trim on the top, I'm just going to go like this. Laura, you tested this pattern? Good. Can you stay with me till the end? Okay. And then you're going to get another lining piece. So all my lining is this pretty smoothie smooth floral from Tulip Bee. Annette, I do not know what this is called, or if you have it in stock, can you let the people know? Let the people know. So you're just going to place this on here. And then we just want to divide it down the center. Day Glow Fields. Thank you, Annette. What kind of camera do you use for your YouTube videos? They're called Mevo cameras. All right, so now I'm just gonna trim this so I know where to sew it when I'm sewing this on. Okay, we're gonna sew this little slip pocket on. Lots of just little pockets and compartments that we're putting on the linings right now, okay? That's gonna be all of this first part of the video. And then I'm going to come over and back down. You did one of each size. Laura, do you think I'll have more success doing the binding part on the zippers and the binding on my cylinder, or do you think I'll be fine on my flatbed? That's my question. All right, so there's my first little slip pocket lining. I'm going to go ahead, while I'm thinking of it, and mark my centers on these. I would like to make one of each size for me personally to use on my travels, so hopefully this goes good. All right, put that aside. And then we have some mesh pockets. So I have this pink mesh. This is like by Annie mesh. I just got it off of Amazon as well. Okay, and I think we're doing this twice. We're doing this one twice. All right, so yeah, we're just putting this elastic over the top. And like, do I do pink or do I do a contrast with the brown? I think the brown might be cute since I'm using brown thread right now. So we're gonna do that. So really, because this is mesh, this tape kind of goes through to both sides. So you only really need tape on one side of it for it to stick to this. You did mine on your flatbed, and not too bad. I did use staples. That's what I was wondering, if I was gonna need to get out the stapler. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I am going to put a tag on one of these too. I got new tags on my website. This one says, "Do you love it or disagree?" Susan and I just come up with the funnest things sometimes. We're like, ah ha ha ha. We kill each other. All right. So you could use actual binding for this part. You don't have to use fold over elastic. I'm just using it because it's easy. It's already made, done and done, right? And then I'm going to just slide my tag in between the layers here, right there. Beautiful. And then we stitch that down. All right, so that's the first one. And we're just gonna stick it onto this one and sew it just like we did our other pocket, down and around and up the middle. Bang, bang, boom. So Susan's gonna do a Susan takeover on Wednesday, and she's gonna actually sew up the Annabelle for the first time. I still can't believe she hasn't made it. Can you? I can't. So anyway, so that's going to be on Wednesday, just so you all know. Okay. And then my center is going to be hard to mark. Hi, Donna. How rude, right? How rude. She's been a little preoccupied, and that's okay. All right, so I'm going to baste this on now. When you're sewing with mesh, just be really careful that you're not stretching it or manipulating it in any way. You want to just keep it nice and flat as you go. Annette, I think she's going to do awesome too. I agree. I'm excited to see her do it. I'm just trimming up these corners so everything is smooth. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mark my centers of everything while I'm going through all the pieces here. Aw, Muriel, thank you. She says, Susan does have a great teacher, so of course she'll do well. I hope so. She rarely watches my videos. I tease her all the time about that. I'm like, you know, there's someone who makes videos that could show you. Hi, Rose. Hope you're doing good. Just made my first anvil too and loved it. Used leather for the trim pieces. Oh, that's awesome. I bet that's gorgeous. All right, so there's one more lining piece. We're gonna do the same on this one. So we do this twice. Hi, Michelle. This elastic's kind of a little wavy, a little wrinkly here. Hi, Tammy. All right, let's top stitch this down. I just cut out another Travelizer for another order. This will be my 9th one. I bought the Trifecta too, and I believe I will have many orders again. Awesome. Hi, Jackie. All right, here we go. Same thing. I've made 4 Annabelles, trying to make a perfect one for the bag swap, and I'm so hypercritical of each one, driving my family nuts. Oh, Terry, I'm sure they're gorgeous, and you just need to do it. Pull the trigger. Hi, Evelyn. All right. All right, here we go. Oops, I forgot to go up and down the center. Oopsie. Try that again. Where is it? Right there. Okay, another one. Mark my centers. Hello, Mary. Hi, Chastity. You sure did. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Evelyn. Sewing my last quilt squares. Never made a quilt. It's fun. That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm not sure if I need to mark all my centers as I go, but it definitely never hurts. All right, so we've made 1, 2, 3, 4 linings so far. Let's keep going. We have 7 total in this one bag. All right, so we've got some elastic bands and stuff for our outer compartment pieces. So here's another lining. Here's an elastic band. I only had white. That's fine, right? And then our other mesh pocket. So I have my outer compartment mesh pocket. And then we'll need to put binding on this one as well. Okay, here we go. Which way does it go? I wonder. That way, right? Yeah, this way. Are you carrying the mesh on your site? No, Mary. I get my mesh off of Amazon from that By Annie mesh. There's lots of different colors. It's great. Fold over elastic is on my website, yeah. But the mesh, no, I do not carry the mesh. Hi, Jen. Hi, Josie. From Sterling. That's awesome. You definitely want them all marked. Okay, good. Well, that's what I'm doing. All right, here we go. Beautiful. Wonderground has mesh now. All right, that's awesome. I'm making the medium-sized Traveler's Trifecta bag from Sewfisticated Crafts. All right, so I'm just going to baste that onto here, I believe, right? Yes. On the bottom, like on the side edge compartment, because these middle or the outer ones are a little different. All right, here we go. What's going on with my thread? Ah, ran out of bobbin. Could you use gauze netting as an alternative? No idea. I mean, it's just whatever you want to use. You don't have to use mesh. If you wanted to make actual real pockets, you could do that. If you wanted to make them clear pockets, you could do that. All right, let's try this again. Are you going to use for yourself, gift, or place on website? What? Oh, this? I don't know yet. Hello from Miami. I just always like to kind of trim it even. All All right, so my elastic band gets placed on my piece. Sorry, just a second, let me see. How far down, people? I don't see a placement. Oh, there it is. Okay. Can't believe the Travelizer gave you trouble. That was my first ever bag. Margie, I don't know. Maybe I was just not feeling it that day. I'm sure if I sat down again, I could do it, but I haven't attempted it. So there's that. All right, so this is just a piece of elastic. Nothing fancy about that. So you can slip something, you know, in here like that and it stays. Alrighty. All right, mark my centers. Okay, next one. Let's see, what are we doing on this one? This one, I was not understanding when I was reading this. So it has clear vinyl. And I'm like, what in the world do we need clear vinyl on this bag for? It's to protect your makeup brushes, I think, because we're gonna have this is going to lay right up here, this clear vinyl. And this is like a flat. Do you see how it's curved right here? I don't know if you can see that. It's going to lay up here. And then we're going to have our elastic here with separations for makeup brushes. And the makeup brushes go in between these two layers. That makes way more sense. At first, I was like, I don't get what's happening. Okay, so I'm going to do the elastic band on this one first, and then we'll do the clear vinyl thing. So obviously, if you're not planning on having makeup brushes in it and stuff, this part isn't necessary, but it's pretty cool. And then she does have measurements for how you can separate this elastic. Whoa, heavy foot. Medium size. I am going to go ahead and do it and mark my, and sew my separations real quick. This one, and it is okay. Okay, so I'm going to separate that just like that and sew down it. Let me stand up and resituate. Okay. Here we go. Random, how are you liking the IKEA storage for your vinyl rolls? Need to change my storage. Kathy, so far so good. I like it just fine. I don't have any complaints currently about it. You're the only woman in the world who doesn't even own makeup brushes. That's funny. I actually even own makeup brushes, so I don't wear a ton of makeup, and I don't wear it all the time, but I do use makeup brushes when I do. Hi, Jess. 6:30 a.m. in New Zealand? NZ? All right, one more slot to divide. Awesome. All right, so now I'm going to put on the vinyl side, which is here, and it is, okay. She gives you how far in from each side? Is that what I'm seeing? I think so. Okay, placement is in the pattern. I'm just gonna place that along those lines. It should fits perfectly. I'm just gonna sew all the way around it. Because again, this is just so our makeup brushes don't get, if you use, I'm hearing lots of people not using makeup brushes, so this isn't necessary if you don't have the need for makeup brushes, but if you do, this is going to make it so they don't get dirty, your bag dirty, right? It's going to keep your bag clean. All right, so the other part is this little flap here. And it's going to just go in the middle. I'm just going to cut my centers while I'm at it. A travel art bag, there you go, for paintbrushes. That would be good. I think this little compartment here too is great for like mascaras and lip gloss and, you know, it doesn't have to be brushes. All right, so this is gonna go here. Just gonna line that center up here and we're gonna baste it. My lining fabric is Day Glow Fields or Glow Day Fields from Tulip Bee. It's a smoothie smooth, so it's a bonded polyester. All right, so if you are one who uses makeup brushes and such, if you are not, it's no big deal, but the idea is you put your brush there, the tip is here against the vinyl, and that covers it to protect your makeup brushes. Okay, you guys, we're getting there. We're getting there. Those are all of my pieces. So now we're gonna put them all like front, backs, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I have my nameplate. I got new nameplates, you guys. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if you can see. Can you just a second? It's hard. The lighting is hard. Huh. You guys see that? Aren't those cute? More simplistic and just classy. So it just says SiahSwag. Anyways, okay. We're just taking all of our pieces now and putting them together. So this one is going to go with this mesh with the elastic. Okay. And we're just putting them wrong sides together because this entire bag is bound. So we're just going to be basting all of our pieces together here. Is there a specific wordage if I want to look into tags like that? I just honestly showed them an example. So if you wanted to like take a picture of mine and show them that example and say, I want tags like this. That's what I did. And we just designed a new style. I was ready for an upgrade. It was time. I'd had the other ones for quite a while. All right, so I'm just going to baste these two layers together. And my exterior, so I'm using this Fierce and Wild from Tulip Bee vinyl. It has a tiny bit of a stretch, so I did just a light, sorry, I'm cutting it away here. I forgot to do that. I just did a light woven interfacing over the vinyl first. And then I did some Decaville light out of my seam allowances on my front and back main panel, and then also on like my exterior gusset zipper panel pieces, I did Decaville light out of my seam allowances. Okay, so the front, and then that's the inside. My other exterior one is going to be attached to this one, right? Yep. But I don't have my centrist mark, so let me do that real quick on this one. Can you just use non-woven interfacing versus woven? If you use a non-woven interfacing all over for the stretch, it's going to be stiffer. It's not going to have a soft feel to it. And you kind of want that soft feel. I don't know. You can experiment and see. Yeah, you just don't want it stretchy. So I want it this way. Doesn't matter which way I do this. I guess it doesn't. All right, so same thing. We're just gonna baste these layers together. And this bag really didn't take me long to cut out either. All of these pieces, it didn't take that long because a lot of them, it's just repeats, right, of the same stuff. So it really wasn't, I want to say probably first time around cutting it all out, an hour and a half, which is pretty good for a bag. All right, just make sure you pay attention to the different sizes and which one you're doing, because there's 3 different sizes of this bag. All right, so there is my other exterior and lining piece put together. Small size, medium, and large. So you just want that one. Okay, so my zipper pocket piece here is just going with my other plain lining piece, okay? So these 2 are gonna go, oh, wrong side down, wrong side down. Right side up, right side up. Oh, you're going like this. So it opens into the pretty side? These are right side up. With the outer compartment lining mesh right, wrong side behind them. Am I layering 3? I think I'm layering. Hey Laura, do I line the 3 up together? So is this like this, and then I take one of these and go like that. Got it. Okay. So if I am going to be trimming down to match a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So mine just will need just the tiniest bit of trimming. Not a ton. Okay, so zipper pocket up, lining up. We're making the inside of that zipper pocket, and then we will piece another pocket behind it, or another lining behind it. Okay, got it. Cool. All right. So now when you open it, it's the pretty side of the lining. Okay, so that's the wrong side. So now we're going to piece a mesh pocket, wrong sides together, right sides out on top of that one, and sew those 2 together. Got it. Nice. All right, so now I'm going to baste all of those. there's that one. So we only have 2 pieces left. We have these 2 slip pocket pieces. We're going to do them wrong sides together, right sides out, and baste those. And then we have all of our lining and exterior main panels finished. And we will start working on the handle and the gussets, the zipper gussets, okay? All right. Awesome. So we have 4 total pieces right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm going to put those aside. And what do we want next? Grab handle. Where's the edges? Okay. We have our main grab handle here. Why does it have? And then zipper tab folds in and down. Oh, it's making it so one is wider than the other. Okay, I'm like, why is it doing that? Got it. Got it. So we want to put our center. Oh my gosh. My brain's not working right now. What is that? Okay. So this is a double-sided vinyl handle, but she says if you're doing, the back piece is gonna be a little bit wider than the top piece, so it gives that little accent pop of color, right? Hi, Brooke. And we're just gonna fold our edges in and sew these 2 together. Okay, beautiful. Hi, Liz. So I'm not folding that all the way to the center. I'm making it just a little bit wider than my top piece, right? So when I put the 2 together, it's gonna have that little pop of black along the edges like that. It's gonna be pretty. All right, I'm gonna get my whiter tape, put the 2 together. go. I'm just kind of eyeballing the center. And then we will top stitch that down. I recently got out my Louis crossbody pieces to make a new Louis for myself out of this leopard print because I'm kind of slightly obsessed with it right now. It's on my cutting table. All right, so there is that's going to be my handle on the bag. Okay, pretty, pretty. All right, so the next piece I want is my... Where did it go? Did I get it out? Nope. My zipper tab. Here it is. Okay. My zipper tab. We're going to prep that the same way, pretty much. I don't know what my center is. Let's see. Same thing. Okay. This zipper tab is optional, I think she says, but of course I want it. It's like gonna go on the ends of your zipper to kind of hold the bag as you open and close it. That's what kind of zipper tab I'm making. So with this one, I'm just folding my raw edges in and then gonna sew down each side here. Top stitch. Brooke, I finally made my first Annabelle. I used leopard print that is just a little lighter than the one you're using now. Yay! Oh, I'd love to see it. Definitely post a pic. All right, now we're cutting this in half, and that's 2 zipper tabs, and then I'm going to sew them raw edges together like that. Right side, pretty right side facing out. All right, so 2 of those done. Put those aside. All right, we got to start on all of the fun zippers. Yay! Okay. My zipper gussets. So I have 2 exterior, 2 linings. We're just making a normal zipper panel first, okay? I'm gonna use my tape. And put it 1 piece down the right side of each of these pieces. This is just my preferred way to do it. You don't have to do it this way. All right. Hi, Jasmine. All right, let's do it. Tape off of my exterior. My zipper, I did a little bit longer so I can put on my zipper pulls easily when I'm done. I'm going to put them on after I sew this part. All right, so right sides together, taping that zipper down. Okay, and then I'm going to add the lining. No, lining on top. Oh my goodness. Hi, Tracy. Lining on the other side, right side down on the back of that zipper. So your zipper is sandwiched in between of your lining and exterior. Now we're going to sew that all the way down. Seam allowance, yep, seam allowance is in the pattern. I don't have to change my zipper foot to my zipper foot, I mean, which I love. Hello from Mexico. All right, and then I'm going to flip them both out. I do have Decaville Light on my exterior here. All of my exterior vinyl pieces have a piece of Decaville out of my seam allowances, okay? Because you do want your bag to have some shape. Hi, Natalie. Good morning. All right, so now we're going to top stitch and baste that together. And I'll go ahead and just go all the way around it. Tracy, do I think this can be done on a domestic machine? I'll let you know. I think so. I think if you keep your layers light enough and all of your interfacing out of your seams, I think you'll be okay. Sorry, I had to resituate there. Okay. I thought overalls would be comfortable to sew in, and I am not enjoying it. So there's that. Okay. Thank you. They're cute. They're not very comfy when you're just sitting down in them, though, because it's still jeans. I don't know why I keep trying to wear jeans. I was going out for dinner the other night, and the person I was with, I said, do I have to wear jeans? They're like, no. So I wore leggings. I'm like, oh, thank you. Okay, and then I'm going to do... Thank you. I like them too. Just maybe not to sew in. So, there's that. All right, here's the other side. Same thing that we did on the first side. You know, leggings, stretchy pants are work requirements while sewing. Yes, yes, they are. I just have so many cute clothes that I never get to wear because I never go anywhere. I'm always just here. And so I try and wear them, and when I do, I hate it. So there's that. All right, here we go. All right. I'm watching in amazement as you work on this not so easy bag, yet you still have your eye on the comments. So incredible. Oh, thanks, Marion. I'm trying. On my testers, I did foam out of my seam allowance on the exterior panels and used the lightweight nylon. Ooh. I think a quilted one of these as well would be super cute. Kassiah, can't you just move to Indiana so you can come over daily? I'd be glad to raid your stash like Susan does. That's funny. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mark my centers on this, and then we're going to put on the zipper pulls and our tabs, and then we'll add the bottom piece. When I started working from home was the end of the decline of my wardrobe. Yeah, we have an in-person meeting once a year. So it's like, I have nothing to wear. That's funny. You know, I have a lot of little trips coming up, so I've been trying to add to my wardrobe lately. So I currently have some cute stuff. Beautiful. Okay, and then I want to add my tabs, I believe, to this side. Yes. Okay, so we're just going to baste these here. And we're going to add our bottom. Okay. Diane, I watched a video where the lady took her zapper, not the lighter, and marked the center. Yeah, I've seen people do that. You could totally do that. I don't use my little zapper that much, do I? I have one. I don't know where it's at, though. I've seen people do that. Yep. All right, so zipper pulls are on, tabs are on. I just do little clips with my scissors. Diane. Just the tiniest little snip on my zipper. I don't snip crazy into it, just a tiny bit. You know what I just realized? No, I did. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to put on this piece. I'm just looking real quick. What seam allowance is it? Okay, so a bigger seam allowance here. Here we go. So now we're just making the rest of that center gusset. These are my bottom pieces here. Sandwich that lining to the back here. So you have your zipper in the middle and your base exterior and lining sandwiched on top. Right sides together, wrong sides are out. Make sure you pay attention to the seam allowance on this part. Hi, Linda. The floral is lovely. Another tulip bee? Yes, this is a tulip bee, and I'm pretty sure she has it in stock right now. Day Glow Fields. All right, and then do we want, she says to trim the seam allowance kind of at an angle here to help with the bulk of everything. So I'm just trimming these corners down. We're gonna flip it over and top stitch though. Yeah, yeah. I'm doing it a little different than she has in the pattern. I'm gonna do it like I normally do my gussets. Okay, so that's the first one. We have our tab on there. We're good to go. So now we want to take this and come up and around and match the other side up. So now we're making a circle. It's going to make a loop on both sides. Okay, and then I'll bring this lining piece up. So when I say it's going to make a loop, I got a hair right there. Okay. A loop on both sides. You see how it's looped in the middle? Okay, right sides up, or right sides together, wrong sides up. Full seam allowance. Oh, let me trim this. Trim this. Okay, trim, trim. Flip it out. So now you should have a full circle. You see that? So I'm going to top stitch this other side. And then I'm going to connect these two bottom pieces here and just baste this all together so it's all one piece. Beautiful. All right, so that center's marked. I'm going to mark this bottom center. And then we have two other zipper little gussets that we need to work on. So we're going to do those next before we put this whole thing together. Beautiful. Okay, so that's that one. All right, so here is for our other zippers, and I don't have those cut, so let me see the measurements on those. Okay. Nice long zippers. Let me make sure. And this is my hot pink Leslie that I saw on my website, zipper tape. Love it. All right, I'm just melting the ends here. And then we need to put on our zipper pulls. I think I need to grab more zipper pulls. I didn't count enough for this, I don't think. Yeah. Because I want to make all of these exterior ones have 2 pulls each. So let me go grab 2 more pulls real fast. So sorry. Okay. Go. Almost out of M&Ms. Can you even believe it? Just finished my Annabelle order for the swap on Patreon. I love that bag so much. It was my first time making it. Yay! I'm glad, Natalie. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You too, Rose. Yay. I have a request for my friend Jessica, who works for me. I saw her mother-in-law yesterday, and she was just going on and on about how much she loves the Annabelle pattern. So I need to make Jessica's mother-in-law an Annabelle. So I'm going to do that this week along with my swap. All right, let me make sure those are even. Okay, looks good. All right, so we're just pretty much making these zipper gussets. And let me see if what's the seam allowance? Yep. Seam allowance is the same as it was on the zipper panel we just made. All right, here we go. Right sides together. Basting first. And I'm going to do both at the same time, because we're making 2 of these. And then we put our lining on the back. Aw, my 6, almost 7-year-old great niece had to have the pink quilted Annabelle. She loved it and is carrying it around everywhere. That's awesome. I forgot to change my stitch length from the basting, so let me just redo this one real quick. All right. Okay, I'm going to turn these in top stitch. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Now, this part gets a little funky when you do things like this because this piece is so small and your zipper is so big. So this part is fine. You just bring the other raw edge up to your zipper, right sides together, and we'll baste that first. But it's the second part that you're like, whoa, I'll show you. Okay, so now this lining piece has to come up to the other side of the zipper, right? So it's a little funky. So you just come up and I just bring it together like that. It's gonna lay a little weird, but trust the process. It'll make a full circle when you're done. Okay. So again, it's got to come up and over to this side. All right, now sew that. Terry, I can't believe I just made a fairly large order from Siah late Friday and just got notification I'm getting it today. Yay! I'm glad. I try to keep up with those orders. I try my hardest. I'm not filling orders today. Any order that was made Saturday or Sunday will get shipped out tomorrow because today is my content day. I need to make a better schedule, you guys. I'm trying. Mondays are content. Figure I'm fresh off the weekend, off a break, and it'd be a good time to just film content, right? Or go live like this. This is what I'm doing today. All right, so do you see how it's a full circle now? And we have this bottom gusset piece, so I'm just top stitching that. And then I'll baste the two pieces together that we just added. Okay, so I'm gonna baste these two bottom pieces together. We don't need them separate. Make sure you stick to it. Well, I probably won't, Natalie. But it's my nice, fresh idea for this week. I'm sure I won't stick to it. It's hard because when I spend the majority of the day working on the back end of the business, the website, I'm too exhausted to do any bags or videos the second part of the day. So I need to start doing just days where I do videos and nothing else. can't wait to get my machine magnets today. Yay! Everybody, take pictures of your machine magnets and post them. Let's spread the word. I didn't order a ton, but I don't want any left over. All right. So you should have 2 zipper gussets and 1 main middle zipper panel gusset. Okay, I think we have all the bits and pieces. Here is where, whew, all right, here we go. We can do this, right? We can do this. First, we need to baste this, I believe. I respect the hustle so much more now. Until you're in it, you don't know how much work it takes. Yeah, it's a lot. Okay. Oh, mark my centers. Let me mark my centers real quick. Did you order more Patreon magnets? Yes, they are up on the Patreon tab on the website. Small bows are being shipped to me this week, so they should be, small bows should be in my hand by the end of the week. If not, beginning of next week. And chain extenders are back in stock. So there's that. Again, when I snip into my zipper, it is the teeniest snip. You didn't see them. I didn't realize I hadn't made the posting active. It was still in draft, so I made it active this morning. So go back and check, and it should be there. Oh, you know what? I need to mark my other center going the other way too on these. You bet. All right, so for these, we actually need to mark, I'm pretty sure, centers going both ways. So now I'm lining it up this way, and I'll mark my centers on this side. Sorry, it's taking a hot second to mark my centers. Let me go this one and do the same thing. I gotta do it on my big gusset too, I forgot. One more. Oh, it's right at that seam. All right, that's easy enough. I don't really have to snip. It's right at this seam. Yep. All right, cool. All right, let's see, guys. This is where I'll be referring to the directions quite a bit. Okay, so I have this. And we need to attach one side of the grab handle here. Below. Okay, just below. All right. About right there. All right, so I'm just basting one side of that grab handle. Perfect. And now I want to attach one of my zipper panels. Lady Fair, I think I mentioned what the password was in a recent post. So I'll make sure and go on after this. It's back to the original password, I believe. So I'll make sure to go on after this and do another post with it. All right, so we want to attach one of our zipper gussets to this side. So right sides together, I'm down here at the bottom center. I'm gonna clip this on first. We'll see how well these zippers wanna fit. All right. And this is where it helps if you unzip it all. Okay, we're gonna unzip everything. Sorry. There we go. Don't really want this side of it. This side, you can stay out of it. Pull this side over. We're working with this side here, okay? So let me make sure my other center, it should line up pretty well. There's that, and there's that. Right there. Okay, and we're just gonna clip these together. Oh, see? Mine's a little tight. Oh, there we go. Just match up all your centers and it should work. Oh no, it's pretty tight right here. You need glasses, Miss Squinty. Did you see me squinting? Rude. Let me grab my glasses. Thank you. I always forget to put them on. They're over here at my cutting table. Just a second. How did you see me squinting? Better? All right. My kids make so much fun of me when I have these glasses on. I don't hear the end of it. It's ridiculous. A bunch of jerks. All right. Oh, yeah, maybe. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, it might help if I unzip that. It's a pretty tight fit, which is good. When when you're doing a zipper, you want it to be tight, but not too tight. All right. So, here we go. So, gusset lining, face down, exterior lining, okay. So we just want to baste this first, okay. It says to sew it. Gusset lining facing down towards the sewing machine. So we're going to sew it this way. Okay. All right. So we're just basting this zipper on to this side. So I have a bigger stitch length. Okay. You guys see okay? I don't need glasses until now, until 40. Now at 66, I feel like a seeing eye dog. I need a seeing eye dog. Well, you know, I hit like 44, and then, yeah, 44 was the magical age where I needed glasses. All right, so I'm just sewing, basting this zipper to the outside edge of my main middle compartment, okay? I'm all the way to the top stitching, Annabelle, and realized I forgot the rivets below the D-rings. Any advice on how to put them in? Yeah, you can, you don't need the D-rings, but if you want them after you are finished, you can put it through all the layers if you want to, Diane. You can just put it through all the layers after it's all done. Or you can leave them off. It's not really a necessity on that bag. Okay. So I have this zipper gusset all on there. Align one of the center compartment linings to the zipper gusset. Okay, so now we're putting one of the zipper center linings. Okay, so these are our linings. I don't know if it matters which is which one we add. I love this tag. Do you love it or disagree? We're gonna find out. We'll do this one first. Okay. Mesh pocket facing out. And is this turned back out here? And mesh pocket facing out, and we are now clipping it this way, right? Yeah. Yes. Okay, so here we go. The zipper pocket and divided pockets go to the inside center. Yeah. Got it. Got it. Got it. Inside center. Thank you, Laura. All right, so now we're clipping our center pieces in here. You are upside down. I sure am. I sure am. Thank you, guys. I would have maybe eventually figured that out. Thank you. There we go. Cute. I got it, guys. It's right now. Don't worry. And then for this, we're just basting. You know what? I'm not going to baste this part. I'm going to do my full seam allowance because I feel like I'll get a better stitch line if I do the full seam allowance now than with my foldovers elastic. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see if I'm right. I do have my cylinder arm all queued up and ready to go if I feel like it's going to be easier to do this on my cylinder. Which it might be. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We could do staples. I'm going to try it first and see how it goes. Fits pretty well. Like, I'm not having to struggle getting it in here, so that's good. That's just good. Although, maybe basting would be best first, actually. The second center part was the hardest? Okay. Well, that's good to know. I mean, it's just a lot of clipping and fold over elastic from here on out. We pretty much got all the pieces, right? Okay, so my question is, should I do it here on this machine or we're gonna try it on this machine first. Sneaking in a live while at work. Hi, Kimberly. I'm gonna move the camera though. It's a better angle this way. Ooh, I'm good. Okay. I know my camera placements now. I'm getting there. Alrighty. I'm wondering if I need hemostats or what. From here on, it's the same steps over and over. That's what I thought. I'm just debating what I want to do. I think I'm going to baste actually first. Let me turn down my heat. There we go. I'm going to baste first. Then I'm going to do my full seam allowance. And then I'm going to put on the fold over. That may be a little much, but I feel like if I tried to do my full seam allowance right now, it'll slip. So I feel like basting is going to be my best friend. I usually go the other way. I usually go this way when I sew things like this. I don't know, guys. I may switch to my cylinder arm. I'll let you know. Yeah, if I sewed it gussets up, I'm afraid it would slip and I won't be able to see it. So let's try it this way first. I usually do sew gussets up. We're going to try this way though. Just for the basting at least. I mean, it's going pretty good. I think we're good. All right, let's see what I did. It slipped the teeniest bit right there, but nothing crazy. Looks good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and do my full seam allowance before I put on my elastic. Again, because I feel like it'll look more consistent. Terry, the Nomies magnet is in stock under the Patreon tab. I'll have to repost. It's back to the original password, which I haven't posted in a while, so I'll have to get on and do that after this. This is the part where I feel like it's going to be the hardest to get smooth corners, and I really want to make sure I get a smooth. No, it's still in the way. I hate zipper pulls when you're trying to work around zippers like this. All right, here we go. Come on, baby. Go slow. I think I need to go to smaller stitching too. I just want to look real quick. Oh, it looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to go smaller stitching too, or stitch length. See, I feel like this might be easier to do from the other way on this one. I was having an easier time on the other side. It's so hard to know what to do sometimes until you've done it. I just want to really make sure that all of my curves here are smooth and that I don't have any puckers in my zipper or in the vinyl. Like I'm just being really careful around here. Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing it at this seam allowance and trying to keep the binding looking good. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, I gotta move my zipper out of the way. My least favorite part here. There we go. Oh, that moved a lot easier. Okay. All right, guys. Took a hot second. We did it. We did it. I'm going to have to trim. You really want it to be kind of even here. Mine slipped just a tiny bit there. And a tiny bit here. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to turn this and see if it looks okay real quick from this side. See, it's a little wrinkly. Okay, I think we're good. It looks pretty good. We're gonna add our binding. Oh yeah, that looks great. We did it. We did it. I hate binding around zippers, but that's what we're gonna do now. Because that's all this bag is, right? I don't know if there's any other way to make it. Bye, Rose. All right. So let's do our binding. Right, are we binding as we go? Yes, we are. I originally was going to do pink binding, but I think I'm going to do this one. I wonder if you could make small zipper panels, but then it might make it too wide. Yeah, you could do that, Robert, but like you said, it'll make for a wider back, which might not be, I mean, I don't think that's the end of the world, honestly. It might be kind of cute. That's a good idea. I'm just kind of guesstimating how much I need here to go around. Multiple ways you can do this. I'm going to do it this way. Animate. Thanks for keeping me company while it replaced an invisible zipper prom. Ooh, on a prom dress. That doesn't sound very fun. All right, I'm going to measure this so I know what size to cut my other ones if this works. It's 22 inches long. Okay, I'm going to sew these right sides together real quick. Sewfisticated Crafts peony bag. Yes. Dawn, I've made that before. I have a video on it. Big enough. I'm pretty sure it would be big enough for all of that. Yes. Pretty wide compartments. All right, here we go. So when I do this, I just really want to make sure. I mean, I feel like it's going to stay out of my zipper pull enough. I think we'll be okay. We're going to see. Huh. Yeah, binding on zippers is not my favorite, like right along the zipper edge, but sometimes there's really no other way to do a design like this, unfortunately. Well, that's not true. You could birth it, right? There's an idea. Like on the Louie, right? How she births that front panel. Huh. Y'all know what I mean? I wonder if you could do that for this bag. That's an idea. For sure. All right, so now I just need to sew that on. I'm going to sew it from this way. You totally could birth this and leave a hole in the bottom. Oh, you guys, you could totally do that. You look forward to the next live with the hacks. Well, I'm just trying to think. So the only issue is you would be shoving all of this middle compartment in between the two layers if you were doing the birthing way. But I honestly don't see why it wouldn't be possible. And then you wouldn't have binding by your seams. Yep. Interesting. I definitely recommend sewing it on at your full seam allowance before you do this binding part. I think for me, that's the best way. to get a good seam without any puckers or anything like that. It is slipping from the back. I don't love that. Let's see. Let's see. Looks pretty good. The bottom's kind of janky, but it's fine, guys. It's my first go around. I really do think I'm going to try the birthing, the birthing method for this next time. All right. One side done. It's not very pretty on the bottom. Looks great on the top. All right, so I think we go to the other side and we do the same thing. Am I right? Let me go here. Move that out just a little bit. Because they're there. And then unzip. Yep. And then, no. You're supposed to add the other side on. Okay. Nobody will see them. Yep, I agree. All right, so now we're going to add this other side to here. Which, is this my front? Do I want this to be my front? This can be my front, sure. Does it matter? Not really. Okay, so to add this one on, I want right sides together, my bottom here, right? And then that zips up closed there. Okay. Thank you, Brooke. All right, so now we're adding this side to the other side of this zipper. And we're just gonna keep doing this and repeating everything. Make sure it's not twisted in any way. Center here. Because that's going to come up and close. That's so cool. I mean, this is pretty cool, guys. I like it. I like it. It's going to be a little bit to maneuver, but we can do it. All right, let's go over here. Hey. Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm concentrating here. All right, so I'm going to baste this first. It's gonna be so pretty. Did I do that upside down? Ah, I did it upside down. Are you freaking kidding me? I did it upside down. Sorry, guys. I even put it on there like, okay, it's got to go this way. Grr. There. 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 Yeah, I know. Better to catch it now, for sure. I would have been so mad if I sewed this and then figured it out, right? Okay, there we go. Ay, ay, ay. I did that twice in a row. I did mine. I can see how that would be super easy to do. It's hard to figure out what's top and bottom sometimes on a bag with this many pieces, right? Have to say, I'm super excited. This is looking really cute. As long as my zippers don't get caught on the binding, should be awesome. I'm excited. All right, you guys wanted to see me clip this again, right? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I stuffed mine with paper overnight, and that helped keeping binding away from the zipper. Oh, Laura, that is a good tip. Annette, you should totally make some for the cruise. I really do feel like, at least with the outer two of these, you could berth it and you wouldn't have to bind along that seam. I think I might try it. I don't know. Okay, here we go. I am going to baste first. I can see how the other side will be more difficult. It's a lot of pieces flopping around. Need a drink of water. Just a second. Okay. Here we go. All right, I'm going to go around at my full seam allowance now and then do the binding. So with as wide as the zipper opens, you probably wouldn't have to put the whole bag between the side pieces in order to berth it. Yeah. I think it would be very doable, at least on these two outside zippers. I don't know about the inside ones. I'm gonna have to think about that. All right, come on, zipper. You gonna fit? Hold, please. I may have to, it may be easier. See this little piece right here to get past. It may be easier to switch to my zipper foot on that little part because I can't really get around my zipper with this foot. Let's just make life easier. Real quick. Bye, Jackie. There we go. Natalie says, it's funny that you have a small screwdriver that uses tilted fabric but still use a giant to change your foot. It's because the small one doesn't fit. It's a different size of, it's not the right size for it. The little head isn't the right size for it. I know. It's so dumb. Okay. Looks good. Yeah, man. I don't know about this hole around the zipper, but it is what it is. I know, Natalie. It seems silly, but it's like a different size of head of screwdriver. This one's like slightly too big, and the big, huge one is slightly smaller. Oh. All right, I need to trim any parts where it slipped real quick along my zipper. Get that even. Did pretty good. Here we go again. Okie dokie. Hi, Marie. You're back. Thanks for coming back. We're still here. We're doing pretty good. Almost done with the first side. I think we're doing pretty good. Where's the center? There it is. Alrighty, let's do our second side. Here we go. Although I usually do it this way, so we're gonna see if we can do it this way. Easier for me. Okay. I don't know about this zipper foot for the elastic. It may, I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to have to change to my normal foot. See, this is the issue I have. It doesn't feed it through evenly, and so it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Do you see how they're different sizes? I promise you. I'm not a total idiot. Yeah, same here, Natalie. I love fold over elastic. Okay, shall we see what our first side looks like? Now it's just repeating on the other side. Did I get it all? I did. All right, guys, we're gonna just turn this kind of a mini burn and turn real quick, or turn and burn, or whatever we want to call it. All right. Well, we just pretty much have to zip it up, I guess, right? I could see how stuffing it overnight would help. Dang cute. Sorry, can you guys see that? Guys, that turned out adorable. Okay, love. Now we gotta do the same steps. So I have to baste this handle here, right? And then we're gonna do the same steps for this other side here, which heaven help me, because my hands are like, what now? Pretty freaking cute. I just am not a big fan of binding around zippers. I really wonder if we could birth this bag, you guys. I think we could. It's pretty stinking cute, Nat. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt the other side. I'm wondering if it's easiest if I have this all unzipped or zipped together, because it's got to be flopping everywhere, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Let's do it again. Okay, my brain has to think about this for a minute. I need to baste this here first. Thank you, Mary. I'm kind of digging it. I really like it. Kind of addicted to the whole leopard stuff right now. I think for the second side, I might go over to my cylinder arm. It might be easier with all of this. What do we think? All right. Here we go. Yeah, Natalie, my hands are screaming at me. Okay. Here we go. Let's work on the second side. So if we were birthing it, I'm trying to think about this. It might be too much of a bag to do the inside one, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. You know, last night I did some awesome oil stuff on my hands and wore these like gloves that you put in the microwave. They're like filled with, you know, rice or something. And just sat there with the oil and my hands in the gloves. And I woke up and my hands felt really good. Obviously they're hurting now, but my hands felt really good this morning. So I think that might be my new nighttime routine. I don't want that one. I want this one to get out of my way. There we go. Where's my center? Right there and right there. Yeah, if you're dying to get some of this leopard print, Annette's Tulip Bee is the one that has it, and it is going to be in stock tomorrow. So go join her Facebook group to keep up with all of her updates and stuff too. That'll help. Or her Instagram or something. Just Amazon where I get everything. They're just like these big looking oven mitts that you put in the microwave, and it was heaven for my hands. All right. I'm really thinking going over to my cylinder arm for all this might be the best way to go. So we're going to move over. I have pink thread on there because I thought I was going to use pink binding. I think I'm going to leave it though. I don't care. This bag's probably just for me, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right. Let's go to the cylinder arm. I have a camera up and ready to go over there. Look at this. Kaboom. Let's do it. Okay. There, how's that? A little bit different of a view, and the camera's almost dead, so we're gonna have to plug that in. Here we go. No, I kind of like the other side because I'm going to be like that and it's going to cover it all up. Okay, just a second. We're going to come back over here. I like that's better. Yep. Let's do that. Okay, let's see, we're just basting. Oh, see how easier that's going to be? Yep. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. All right, what am I doing? I'm just basting. Hi, sister. Yeah, Susan, we've been here for what, 2 hours now? Over 2 hours? Where have you been, huh? All right, so there's our first round. Beautiful. And now we need to add the lining. So our zipper pocket is going inside, I'm guessing. All right, so now we need to clip this all on. Sorry, let me image control. There we go. So we're going to go down here, clip here, and sew all of this on to this inside part. I think the cylinder arm is a lot easier for this bag. Yeah, did you cut the zippers per the pattern? I did. This is my first time, guys, sewing this. I haven't made this before, so it's going a little slow. I haven't made this before, so I left everything the same as she did in the pattern. I would say I probably could take just a tiny bit off of this outside zipper here for me, but maybe just like 1/4 of an inch, nothing crazy. I really would like to make this again and figure out a way to not have to bind both sides. I may try that. We'll see. We'll see, guys. All right, where's my centers? Right there. Wendy, you could totally do this. Oh my gosh. The end result is so freaking cute. I'm wondering too if the bigger sizes are easier. Like this is the medium and there's a large. I wonder if the large is easier. I can't imagine doing the small one, honestly. Small one, no thank you. I have stamina. Thanks, or I'm just dumb, one of the two. I need to go walk my dogs after this. And then pick up my daughter from the airport. Okay, there's our second side. I definitely think this cylinder arm might be the way to go. Right? I could do it I'm going to take off this little peak plate though. The small is actually longer than the medium, but skinnier. Ah, interesting. Oops. Come on. Which way? Lefty loosey. Righty tighty. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's do it. Like, which way do we think is easier? This way or this way? We're going to try this way. Zipper gonna be in my way? Probably. It's slipping. I don't like it. I don't like it. Carolyn, I was wondering, now that you've been using the cylinder arm for a while, are you happy with the larger cutout for the table? I mean, yes, but at the same time, I don't know the difference, right? Like, this is all I've ever known. So I don't really have anything else to compare it to, really. I like it. No, that doesn't really help. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, there's no good way to sew this on. It's just all flopping around and so much extra here. I think I should have sewn it the other way. Yeah, it's totally slipping right there. See, here's where the cylinder arm, I'm just not as practiced on it. See, it slipped all right there. I can trim it down. It's not that big of a deal, but knowing which way to put my materials still on this machine is a challenge for me. Not my best round on a bag at all. I need to redo a couple spots over here. I want to do that real quick because my material totally slipped right here. Do you see that? All right here. It went, I'm almost done. Natalie, we're almost done. It's okay. I may not bind the very last one and we may like call it a day, but we're gonna get this. Yeah, this second side is a lot more challenging than the first time through. For sure. It's not gonna look pretty, and I know it's not. I can tell. We're gonna have puckers. We're gonna have puckers. All right. Good enough. Good enough, people. Let me get some fold over elastic for that, and we'll add that. Yeah, I'm tired. This mama's tired. Turn off my thing, huh? Alrighty, let's check this out. Let's trim this down and this down. This is the hardest one. Yeah, I can see how this is the hardest one. The next side of the zipper won't be like this. It's just because you're kind of fighting the whole bag with this next side of the center zipper. I don't think it's going to look pretty. So there's that. And I don't think I'm caring too much at this point. It'll be fine. Oh, it'll be okay. Oh, I think it'll be okay. I don't see any crazy, horrible stuff, so I think we're okay. Here we go, mother puckers. Sticker. Stickers. All right. I'm just cutting both of my last bindings because I know what size to cut them now. There we go. Smoothie smooth and the love puckers. I love it. My dogs are finally coming down like, Mom, you gonna walk us or what? Oops. Hi, baby girl. Hi, sweetie. I don't have a lighter over here. There we go. All right, let's put on our binding. Would it be less floppy if you zip up the other side? Yes, but then I'm worried it won't be flexible enough for me to get it where I need to go. Hi, Okers. Hi, babe. Hi, sweetie. I know. I'll pay attention to you soon. Hi. I know. I know. Oh, big stretches. Hi. Hi, little love. What? Hi. question is, do I want to go back to my other machine or stay with this one? I don't know. I've never had much luck on my cylinder for fold-over elastic. I'm going to head over to my other machine. I feel like I have better control. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to head over to the other machine. Let's finish this over there. Okay. Oh, hi, baby. Hey, hi. Are you right in the middle of the floor? Yeah. Look at this dog, guys. Do you see her? She's all, what, mommy? Hey, you gotta move. Come here. You gotta move a little bit. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. All right. She's like, rude. Maybe we'll go this way. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm all over the place with this one, huh? Okay. Where do you get your little scissors? Those are my Kai scissors, and they are my favorite. Tiny little scissors. They are Kai 7100s. They are my favorite machine scissors. Yep. Have you tried the Halera overalls? No. I haven't had good luck with Halera. But I do have some of those. I think I know which kind you're talking about, and I do have some of those. Mine are, I think, Free People or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, I bought some Halera leggings, and they were nothing like advertised. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do those. I haven't tried it again. Oh, man. My needle wasn't down. That was my amateur move. Amateur move. Oh, again. Oh my gosh, you can tell I'm getting tired. My looks good so far. It's a little big right there, but that's fine. Almost there. And then the second part will go a lot faster. And then we'll be done. We'll be done. And I'll either love the bag or I'll disagree. I don't know. Hi, Tammy. I just broke the thread. All right. First round. I tried really hard to keep that elastic more on my lining side than on my zipper side. It is all done. Okay. That looks good. Looks good. Let's add our last side. Woohoo! Hi, Valerie. Okay, so I have to think about this. This goes here. Putting it on like this. And we're putting it on like this. Yep. All right, here we go. We can do this. I probably will just sew this on at the full seam allowance so you guys can see it all zipped up, okay? And I'll give my hands a rest before I bind this side. Oh, thank you, Natalie. I mean, I do get really excited when I get towards an end of a bag. It does make me happy. I'm going to zip this side up now because I don't feel like we're going to need that out at all. Just not a fan of that. I'm already having thoughts on how to make my second one a little different. I think for my second one, you guys, what I'm going to do is birth this inside compartment part with the linings, right? Kind of like if you've made the ray from Lynn's Handmade, just like that, birth the inside. And then, like Robert says, I think I'll make the smallest little second side of the zipper gusset here. Might do that. I might. We'll see. I'm definitely going to try a second one, and I'm going to try it a little bit differently. So, right? It would be nice if it could be top stitched. I agree. I really do think we could do this again a little bit differently. Yep. Yup. Yes, Tara, it was. You are so right. Who is that by? Was that a Fierce Kitten bag? I did a Nintendo Switch one for my niece. You're right, it was birthed. I think this could be done the same way. I'm just sitting here thinking about it. I'm thinking, okay, so you probably would have to really shove it in. But, gosh, I think everything would lay a little bit differently. I mean, binding's great. But this is a lot of binding. A lot of binding. Okay. Oh, y'all, I can do this. I'm not even going to baste. I'm just going to go for it at the full 1/4 inch this time. I think we got this. I think I've got this. All right. Let's do this. One more drink of water here. All right. Go, Siah, go. Thank you. Hey, public service announcement. If you haven't liked this video, please like this video. If you haven't subscribed and you watch me, please subscribe. Okay, that's my public announcement. All right. Yep. I think I could shorten the zipper by 1/4 inch too. PS. Just 1/4. And it wouldn't be as kind of fighting the wrinkles on the curves. That's right. Thanks, Annette. And hit the live bell to be notified when I go live. Because I'm very random about it. Heaven knows I've tried to do a schedule before, and this woman does not run very well with schedules. So I'm more of a fly by the seat of my pants type of gal. Come on now. See, I've got a little extra zipper there. That's okay. That's okay. I do have 2 Annabelles to make this week and a Siah sidekick. So my question is, everybody watching here, should I go live sewing those up? Do you care? Are you over it? I know we've done quite a few sidekicks and Annabelles, but I have to make them. So just curious what your thoughts on that were. Oh no, came unclipped. Almost there, guys, and it came unclipped. We'll finish it though, I promise. Okay, yes, yes, yes. It might be a couple of late night type of sews where I'm in my jammies after my day. Okay, I'll go live. Seriously, screwdriver is your best friend for zippers and curves like this. I don't know how I ever did it any other way, honestly. Zipper pull is in my way. We're going to redo that real quick. I don't like that. And then we'll zipper roll up. Shoved it out of my way again. Rude. Look at this. There we go. Oh. When there are no new videos, I watch Siah reruns. Okay, you guys. Listen, this was fun. I love the design. I don't love all the binding. And I feel like that could be figured out. I really do. I'm just trimming down where I kind of slid a little bit with my, because I didn't baste it first. I'm impatient. Okay. All right. Minus the last one of binding. Here we go. Are we ready to look at this bag? Maybe. Come on. Okay. 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 I'm going to zip it up. Now keep in mind, maybe I shouldn't have used vinyl. Maybe there's a different material that would be better to use. I don't know. Maybe more canvas, an all canvas one. That might be an idea. Listen. We're going to make this again. Yep. Because how freaking cute is that? It's very cute. I didn't do the best job with the binding. Okay. Training. That binding is a must. Yeah. All right. So, it's adorable, and I do love it. It's a really cute bag. I sucked at these corners, though. Woo! I mean, I think the Apollo game bag by So Much Magic was the video I remember. Birth, yes. So I think what was... Oh, are you talking about something else? Next time I do this, I'm going to attempt this one more time a little bit differently because I absolutely love the shape of this. It looks like a fantastic travel bag. Loving it. I love all the different pockets that she puts in it. It's very cute, but Guys, I'm not a fan of all the binding. Too much binding for me. So I think I'm going to figure out a way to birth this. I'm positive it can be done. And I think the shape overall I will like a little bit better, but that's it, guys. There's 3 different sizes of this, which I love. I will do another one. Don't know if I'll pre-record it or go live. I'll probably this time test one out first because that would be the smart thing to do, but I'm not always one to do the smart thing. So anyways, yeah, I just feel like you'll be fighting. Laura, are you still on here? Like, eventually, does your binding stay out of the way? Because, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, there it is. I do love it. It's a super cute size. I'm going to make more. A little differently. All right. Thank you for watching, you guys. I'd say a bigger size with more flexible fabric like canvas. Yeah, so I'm going to try the bigger size next. And it does settle. I packed it full of paper. Okay, awesome. I'll bind to the last side. I'm going to try the bigger size. I'm going to try birthing some of the panels and seeing if that's a possibility. But yeah, I love it. It's a great pattern. Go check it out. I feel like there's a lot of fun things you can do with this. Absolutely. All right. That's it, you guys. Quilted. Ooh, Laura. Good idea. I have some of that. The quilted bonded nylon. I think that's what I'll do. That'd be really cute. I love the compact size of this. I would use this for traveling 100%. This medium size. This is the type that I like to use. And this is the size I like to use. So I'm definitely going to attempt this again. And I'll let you know what my notes are on that as well. All right. Guys, have a good Monday. We'll see you later. Bye.